Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today with my Cricut Maker, I am going to try engraving. So I was super excited when I received my Cricut Maker for Christmas because I knew it had some capabilities that I wasn't able to do with some of my other machines. And engraving was one of the very first extra tools I bought to go with the machine. I also purchased these aluminum sheets from Cricut. They are 5x7, and I kind of thought I would give them a try. I've never done this before, so you guys are going to learn right alongside with me, but sometimes I think it's fun to learn from someone that is doing it for the first time so you can see the mistakes I made and you can learn from those. All right, let's go. Okay, so I am ready to cut. Let me show you how I got my image. So I just went to images over here. I wanted a phrase. So I come over here and I searched the word strong. You can see there's all of these pre-done phrases, images, however you want to describe them. They're already done on Cricut Design Space through Access, Cricut Access. I love Cricut Access. I know some people don't like that there's a monthly cost, but I think it is definitely worth it because of everything you have access to. There is just so much in here that I love. So what I did was choose an image that I thought would work well on my piece. So for instance, let's find where that image was. Here we go. So here is the image I used. So all I did was click it and then you insert. Now you can see that this image looks different from here. This is currently set to basic cut, and I know that because as it's highlighted, I come over here to operation and I see that it says basic cut. All I have to do is click here, and then there's some different options, and I have lots of different options I can try, and I'm going to click engrave, and now you can see that it's outlined. From here, I just can resize to the size I'd like. And then the last step that I would want to do, these are not attached. So if I were to click make it, some of the different pieces would be in different places. I want to have my image and then click attach so that it all prints together. I do not need both these images, so I'm going to delete this one. I have mine all set right here that should fit on my 5x7 sheet, and I'm going to click make it. Here I'm going to reorient mine. So I know it's going to be 5x7. So I'm just going to bring it down just a little bit to make sure it's within my aluminum sheet, and I will be ready to go. I'll click continue. Okay, when I come to set my material, you can see that many of these are grayed out. That is because they are not compatible with the setting that I have chosen, which is engrave. So what I'm going to come over here and do is click browse all materials. And from here, you have different choices: all materials, favorites, and compatible. These are the Cricut pieces or the pieces that would be compatible. So I'm going to come right here and I'm picking aluminum sheets. That's what I'll be working with, and I'll press done. I always like to do a bit more pressure than normal. Now it tells me no tool in clamp A, engraving tip in clamp B, and I should be ready to go. Okay, so I'm all set at my machine. On these aluminum sheets, there's like this plastic coating that I want to pull off before I engrave. So I'm going to peel that off the front, and then also on the back. It should be ready to go now, so I'm going to put it on a strong grip mat, centered really nicely. Make sure it's on there really well. And then I'm going to change out my tool. This is my standard blade. I'll switch it out to an engraving blade, and we should be ready to go. Okay, it is done. I will pull it off. And there we go. I'm going to get something to buff it just a little bit. Okay, I have just a paper towel here. I'm going to use it to buff some of the extra little engraving off. And that is pretty cool. It might be hard to see, but I do see the engraving. It is subtle, but I like it. Okay, I thought that I might kind of take some of these distress oxides and add them onto this aluminum to see if I can use them to kind of bring out some of the markings that are on here. And I thought the different colors might be interesting to see how they would react. All right, so there is my simple engraving. I think it came out pretty well. I'm pretty pleased. I don't know that the distress oxide really did much. Maybe got a little bit of color in there, but you can see it comes off with just water because, hello, it's water-based, so that was going to happen. But I think it's definitely a fun technique. So what I would be interested in learning more about the engraving would be what other materials I could engrave with my Cricut Maker, how I could make jewelry and things like that. But for now, I have a very cool engraved piece that I can stick in my craft room and have a reminder to be fearless. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited about the engraving feature with the Cricut Maker. I definitely think it kind of opens up a new world of crafting and a new world of just what you can create. So I'm excited to experiment more. Let me know below if you have tried engraving or what you have made with your engraving tool. I would love to hear about it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I have linked all of the supplies I use down below, so check those out if you're interested. A huge shout out to my YouTube members. You guys are awesome. We are having a ton of fun in the Scrappy YouTube community. If you are interested in joining us, make sure you click that join button and find out about the perks and other special things that we do as a YouTube community. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.